taking a ride in my car. I'm feeling good. Yeah. To the other side, I'm feeling nice. My little lady, she's gonna keep me moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop, she's gonna treat me right. I'm feeling good. My little lady, she's gonna take me to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much, you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Come on, baby, let's take a ride. I don't know where we're gonna go, but first, let's dance. You know I used to smoke too much. You know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh. Deborah, things are becoming intense. I ripped my jeans on your fence, hiding away from your man. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, tell a tale of 1,000 lonely days. Yeah, she's the real thing. Yeah. Oh. Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroworldweb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to astroworldweb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
I wonder what it was that made me want you. She couldn't understand what made me hard. She's climbing in and out my open window. I'm laying here alone and cold and drained. Yeah. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. And now you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. And when the moon is full and the wolves will howl, she swam across the lake just to get to my house. Yes. And she said, I want more. Give me more. I want more. A little bit of. Give me more. Disgusting stuff. Disgusting stuff. She looks upon a world that's dark and tangled. I never saw her turn her head in shame. She's coming in and out the open window. I'm lying here alone, cold and gray. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. Hey, you know you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. Well, we all took turns and it's what the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? You want things right, do I make you do things wrong? If I want that fine line, I will always take the fall. If I don't do myself, I feeling strong. You can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take her in my car and we're gonna get real. Come on, baby. Let's take a ride. I don't know where we're gonna go, but first, let's dance. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car and we're gonna get real. Oh, Deborah, things are becoming intense. I ripped my jeans on your fence, hiding away from your man. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, tell a tale of 1,000 lonely days. Yeah, she's the real thing. Yeah. Oh.
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroworldweb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optolong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to astroworldweb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
good to be together with you. If you want to be together, say you want to be together. I'm feeling really guilty, but it feels so bad. Yeah, so good to be together. We did it before, we can do it again. I'm tearing out my hair, 'cause I don't know when so good. So good to be together. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's so good to be together. Yeah, so damn good. If you want to be together, it's so good, it's so good, yeah.
I wonder what it was that made me want you. She couldn't understand what made me hard.
She's climbing in and out my open window. I'm laying here alone and cold and drained. Yeah. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. And now you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. And when the moon is full and the wolves will howl, she swam across the lake just to get to my house. Yes. And she said, I want more. Give me more. Disgusting. I want more. A little bit of. Give me more. Disgusting stuff. Disgusting stuff.
She looks upon a world that's dark and tangled. I never saw her turn her head in shame.
She's turning in and out the open window. I'm laying here alone, cold and drained. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. Hey, you know you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. Well, we all took turns and it's what the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, do I make you do things wrong? If I want to stand my line, do I will always take the ball? If I don't do left, I can live from the right. I sleep all day long.
we're back again. And yes, before any of you sit there and yap around, because you already saw it, I got a haircut. I did. I got a haircut. Oh, my God. But, no, you saw me. And thank God you didn't hear what I was saying. Somehow the video was going out, but the music wasn't. So hopefully nobody heard anything I said. So, you know.
Jen made him get a haircut.
Well, the funny thing is that she told me she hated the hair. So yeah, I said, okay, I'll just go get a haircut. So I got a haircut. So that's it.
You look marvelous.
I look marvelous.
Fantastic. How come you look so good?
Hey, right? What's the matter, you? So we got some exciting news. We got some new guests that we booked over the past 12 hours. We got a couple things. So let's do the sponsors real quick so we can move on to business here. And quick play. Here we go. And all right. So first of all, thank you everybody. I was able to change all of the slides for all the member sponsors, so I'm able to set everything right. But we do have some sponsors that give us giveaways to give to you. So Woodland Hills Camera and Telescopes has renewed for 2023, and so we'll continue to give out gift certificates to Woodland Hills. So look forward to that. Followed by a Red Giant level, Prima Luce, Camera Concepts, and Optolong. Still waiting to see what Optolong is going to give us for this year. So once I know, I'll let everybody else know. So hopefully that's going to be same stuff as they give us this year. Maybe they'll give us an L Ultimate or something in there. So we'll see. Masters of Pixel Insight and IP for AP. They again have gone above and beyond to give us one class a week, Masters of Pix Insight class to give away, plus 12 IP for AP monthly giveaways. We'll be doing that once a month as well. So keep an eye. If you don't know what's coming out, look at astroweb.com and look at the calendar because all the giveaways are on there as well now. So you're off the rails. This is me pre-haircut. So I'm going to keep that because it looks kind of cool. But Sean and Bob, thank you. You guys are definitely off the rails. We have 2 off the rails members. And Bob, I got to send you some perks and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for upgrading your membership to the Off the Rails member. And if you'd like to become a member sponsor and help us and get more giveaways and stuff like that and stuff to make the show more advanced, feel free to join us on our Patreon membership at AstroWorld TV on Patreon. Quasar members was 4, 2 of them moved up, so we still have 2 Quasar members, Dr. Hassan and John G. Thank you to them. Black Hole members, Charity, George, and Mike. And all the Red Giant members, Main Sequence members, Protostar members. And then we got guests. So here are the guests. So next guest is this Wednesday, upcoming a week from tonight. Craig Stocks from Utah Desert Remote Observatories is going to show us his APP workflow. So come and check that out because that's going to be a lot of fun. I plan on learning a lot. And I need to learn a lot because of the project I'm doing tonight because I plan on using APP for that. So
nice.
So we're gonna see. February 1st. What else is February 1st? What is it? It's my birthday. Not only that, we have Wayne Parker coming on from Skyshed Observatories on his own show. He made such an impact on Astropalooza with all of his information. I decided to give him a call, and he is more than welcome to come on. So he'll be there in the observatory, weather permitting, and showing us the Sky Pod. What is it? The Skyshed Pod S.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. February 8th, we got Steve Malia from Starfield, and I got to throw a shout out to Sean Nielsen to say thank you for getting Steve on the show. So Steve's going to be coming on and talking about Starfield's products. We've been seeing this company more and more, and it's a Canadian company. We've been seeing more and more within the telescope community about and the images that have been coming out from not only Sean Nielsen but others. Really decent scopes, and I'd love to get maybe that'll be my first newt that I'll get, from them. Maybe that'll be like because I think it's time to look at other telescopes now because I've been doing refractors the whole time, so it's time to switch it up. So let's screw up something else. Here we go. Bob Denny, thank you to Pete. Bob Denny is going to be coming on February 22nd to hang out with us. I didn't have another graphic for him. So I threw the Ascom alpaca on there. So if he gives me a DC3 or some other logo, I'll throw that up there. But he's going to be coming on he'll be his second show on AstroWorld. So looking forward to see Bob again. Hopefully, oh no, that was Richard Wright who did it from the Starbucks parking lot, right?
Yeah.
So Bob Denny will be on. To be announced. The return of Evo. So Evo will be on from Astrophotography Tool. This will be his second. And Pete threw out a message to Evo to come back on. And he wants to come back on. And unfortunately, through a little email snafu. But he'll get the message and he'll be on probably the last week of February or early March. So look forward to that.
And I think what he's going to do too, Dan, is he's going to give 3 licenses for APT as well.
There you go. Pretty
so
cool.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I got Bob Denny twice. Okay. What happened there? Oh, last slide. I'm going backwards. Wrong button. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And please, if you don't know, join us on Discord. Join us on whatever social media platform you are on. We are on there hanging out on Wednesdays and Fridays. So that being said, we'll go back to the 3 up, and there we go.
All right. So you guys know what I'm going to say, right? You know what I'm going to say.
No, I don't. I don't know.
You don't know? You should know.
I should know.
Guys, do me a favor. I'm looking here, and it's like we got 17 thumbs up, which I love and I appreciate, but I know we can do more. So if you like what we're doing, if you know what we're doing, you've seen us for years, every Wednesday and Friday. So do me a favor, give us a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you're on Facebook, share the public, share the show amongst your feeds and amongst your stories in Facebook, and because sharing is caring and caring is sharing. We would really appreciate it. Share the show for us. Give us a like wherever you are and show the love. So do that for us. We would greatly appreciate it. And it helps us out. It helps us in YouTube as far as the algorithms to let everyone within YouTube know if they're into and interested in astronomy and astro imaging and astrophotography. Let them know about AstroWorld TV. Let them know,
Please.
There's what we're doing here, and we would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, we love doing this stuff. We would love to have more watchers. We would love to have. I'm waiting for the first live show that we have over 125 members watching. I'm still waiting for it. We kind of like Pete said, we kind of plateaued. Somewhere about 30 to 50, kind of like that kind of stuff. That's where we've been kind of like trailing the past year. And, there was one time we were only getting 20 and 10, and Eric remembers the 3 or 4 people shows that we've done. So It's been growing and it's great, but we need to get more people. And I think we're going to talk about it on the show tonight, a little bit later, on what topics we're going to be doing for Friday. So we're going to throw that out there. And it's good. It's going to be cool. We got about 45 topics. But we'd like to get some more from the chat, ideas from the people, what the people want to see. It doesn't really matter what we do or what we say. It's how we help everybody else educate in what they need. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's nice that we can pick up, you know, hey, I'm going to do one on the ASI Air Mini because I just got one. You know what? Maybe we got 14 people watching the show that have been using this for 3 years and don't need that type of, you know. So that being said, please throw stuff into the channel and into the chat, and we'll put it on the list. So there you go. All right, so I'm going to do a poll real quick, and I set it up beforehand, and I'm going to throw it up there now because I want everybody, I want to be a little bit more interactive. So do you like Dan's videos in between the music, or do you want it just music and Dan's videos could just hit the road? So let me know. I'll abide by the chat because I only have 2. So, you know, I'll have to make some more. But, you know, I only have 2 for right now, so you're going to be seeing the same 2 all the time. So if you want me to make more, let me know. I'll make more. If you want me to keep the music just so the music's not interrupted, let me know. I'll do both. So it doesn't matter. And don't blow smoke on my buddy either. No, just everyone say Dan because Dan's on the show. You know, just if you really don't like it, tell me it sucks and I'll take it off. You know, really. So, but I like the new music you played tonight. Yeah, that's some more of my band. That's some older music, but that's it. So I guess we should talk about the elephant in the room real quick.
There's an elephant in the room.
Well, there was, and it was fixed very fast. But there was a small elephant in the room. Only regarding one of these and the new Pegasus Nix mount.
Okay.
So apparently, for a matter of about, I guess, a couple of days, maybe, I started seeing it on cloudy nights, and I saw in the chat that Sean said it was finally fixed. So I even tested it, so I'm going to take Sean at his word. He usually knows what he's talking about. So I'm going to say that his information is good. But it turns out that they put the Nix on the list of mounts here.
Yeah.
And then after the new update, the Nix stopped working totally. Just only the Nix. Only the harmonic drive from Pegasus. It just stopped working. It just didn't work. Some of the I was reading, it's a whole bunch of gobbledygook to me about programming because I'm not a programmer. But Pegasus actually got on Cloudy Nice and put out a statement, and they pretty much called out ZWO, saying that how dare you go against our mount, which is harmonic, that we're competing with you. And you know, they literally called them out on Cloudy Nights. I was like, whoa. I said, Andrews, oh my God, what are you doing? But yeah, so it was pretty intense. But from what I know, from what Sean said in the chat, it's already been fixed. So I'm glad it's been fixed in a fast turnaround. But on a good note, also, now that it's fixed, I'm even more happy for tomorrow because as I go into the store tomorrow, guess what's waiting for me? The Pegasus Nix. So waiting for me to take home and test, and that will be the third harmonic mount that I've tested, the final one. And then I can put the video together for the AM5 versus the HEM27 versus the Nix. So the Nix really is not really, it's not apples to apples there. So no, it's not. It's a different, it's got harmonic on both axes. It's got a bigger payload, you know.
Yeah, but slightly larger payload. None of them are apples to apples because the Ioptron, the HEM is only strain wave at the RA. It's not at the deck.
So is
the ASI Air. I thought it was both, and so is the Nix.
No, the Nix is the only one that's both.
The Nix is the only one that's both. Really, I thought they were both.
That's why it's $1,000 more.
Gotcha.
Okay. But yeah, it's going to be I'm looking forward to the video, man. It's going to be interesting.
I'm curious about the HEM44. Yeah, I can put it up here if it ever comes up. It's a little bit of lag.
The HEM44, a gentleman
Here it
just
is.
did a presentation, I believe, on Sunday. He's the first one to own the HEM44 in the U.S. and gave, his perspective and his review on it and everything. I haven't finished it all, but but so far it was pretty interesting. And I will say this, which I tend to agree with, the gentleman who did the presentation, with a lot of other Ioptron owners, especially this day and age. Guys, how long has USB 3 been around?
Long enough.
Seriously. USB 3 has probably been around for close to 15 years?
Something
probably.
like that.
And Ioptron is still kicking out mounts, even their harmonic hybrids, everything. The only one that is USB 3 that I believe is the SIM20.
Yep.
SIM120. So you want us to buy your quote unquote observatory grade mount but you've got these new ones coming out on the market, and there's more harmonic drives that they're bringing out that Ioptron is bringing out on the market. They're bringing out the HEM was just the first. I mean, they're bringing out, I think, 2 more different models of harmonic drives, and one of them is going to be both dual axis strain wave gears. And still no USB 3. I do not understand it. We're getting everything, as far as, CMOS cameras, ZWO, QHY, others, Player One, they are USB 3. I just don't understand it. I really don't.
I don't know either. I don't get it, but you know what? It's like it's people are hesitant because most of the parts are, unfortunately, from what I know, a lot of the parts are made already. So they have all these old USB hubs and all these cards that they have with USB ports that have 2.0 and 3.0, or 3.0 on one side and 2.0 on the other side. I'm going to want to use them up until they finish them out. They're not going to throw all that stuff away,
Yeah, I mean, Mark is saying, okay, the PlaneWave 350, the L350 is USB 2.
Yep.
AM5 is USB 2. And I'm really talking more along the lines of, and I should have clarified this a bit more, was, with the hubs, with the hub that say the CEM, because, they have the hub on the CEM 60 and 70 and the 120, so you can hook up, your other devices to that USB hub.
Yep.
But they're all USB 2.0. I just don't understand. But
I don't understand either. I don't get it. But I mean, it is what it is, and you know what? I'm okay with that. As long as it works, I'm okay with it. Do I need USB 3.0? Maybe for my guider.
Forward.
Yeah, maybe for my guide. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sooner or later, everything's, by the time 4.0 comes out, they'll put 3.0 in the mounts. So it's going to be a generation behind, probably.
Yeah, who knows?
But I'm just trying to fix something here. So I am imaging tonight.
Great.
I am imaging. This is the first one. I'll show you real quick if I could. Are
these your first lights with the AP?
First lights with the flattener.
Okay.
I did a wizard without the flattener, but I had to crop so much I never shared it out because it was just it was nice towards the center, but I had the wizard because how the wizard is. It's got that sweeping.
Yeah.
It's got the sweeping thing there. The whatever, the coattail or the cape or whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I had the wizard on the left-hand side to get the tail. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, on the left-hand side, you see all the stars streaking. So,
yeah,
I mean, so it was just, it wasn't horribly offensive, but it was enough to a point where I just said, I'm not going to share this.
I'm not going to share that. Yeah.
I'm not going to share that.
No, I hear you, man.
But,
we all have certain standards.
Yeah, and I don't have many. I do have to get a haircut every once in a while, but I'm going to try this one real quick so I don't go over Steve's face. I want to see how this works. That looks better. There you go.
So
change some of the things. So let me see if I could get my, where is it? My there we go. And I'm not very good at sharp cap live stacking. I've only been playing with it. So there's a lot of artifacts in there that aren't going to be in the whole picture. I'll show it to you right now. Let's see. And oh wow, did I erase the I did. I erased the button. Okay, hold on a second. And there we go. And there's my screen. And
I want to hear if anybody else in the chat, have you been lucky enough to be imaging right now? Like Dan. I'd love to hear if you guys are imaging and what projects you're working on in the chat. Share that out.
So this is can you guys see this? Let's see. Yeah, you should be able to see this now. So this is it is, oh nope, yeah, I'm showing the wrong screen. I apologize.
Dylan, what are you imaging, man? 23 days of rain and now you're imaging. I want to know.
There you go, screen one, and here we go. There we go. So here is I'm doing a 2-panel mosaic.
Okay.
And this is the first part of the panel. This you'll see a lot of, again, I'm not really proficient at live stacking with sharp cap. I was just playing around with it to see what, and you can see all these artifacts here. This is all stacking artifacts. This is not something that's going to be in the picture. But I got the flame. I got most of the horse head. Now the next panel will be the stuff to the right of the horse head. And then that's it. So, I mean, right now, I think it looks kind of pretty cool. This is only HA.
Nice.
This is only HA right now.
Okay.
And if I go to my Nina, here's my Nina. So I got, oh, it's taking more. I don't want it to loop. Oh my God. Good thing I checked. We'll turn this guy off. Turn this off. And we're going to turn this off. No, put that back on. We're going to turn this off. There we go. And then we'll go on to the next one.
All right. David saying he's working on the rosette and the jellyfish. Corin was working on the Orion and the spider.
Nice.
So awesome. AZ Forerunner imaging right now. Jay, what do you I'd be curious, what you imaging, in those beautiful skies of yours?
Yeah, really.
In Arizona.
Yeah, Mark's doing the tadpole, my buddy Mark.
Yeah, tadpole.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, on the tack does look well. That's a 4-minute shot of on the tack in HA. Now the big test would be the O3 and the S2, of course. You expect on the tech to be pretty tamed in HA. Now I don't know if I'm going to do O3 and S2. I saw some really cool pictures where like a Hubble palette kind of thing. for the horse
Okay.
head, where it was kind of like yellow gold, kind of the whole thing. It looked kind of cool. But I'm thinking about just keeping this. Maybe I don't even know if I want to do RGB HA. I think I'm just gonna do HA black and white on it. I always like the black and white. Maybe I'll just add some red to the HA.
Okay.
That's it. The filter set, that's slew incomplete. Why did my scope slew? Oh, it's recentering for the next panel. I've never done a mosaic even on Nina. I've never done it, so it's going to be interesting to see how this works, because now I'm going to the second panel now. And it's playtime, but the filter set is they're all Optolongs. I have all Optolongs in there. Those are the 3 nanometer set from Optolong. And wow, so we got 90-10 for Dan. All right, so we'll end the poll there.
Okay.
All right, so I'll make some more videos. I'll make some more 1 minute stupid videos. Now
So
drop
more 1 minute stupid videos.
1 minute stupid videos and get some jokes in there. I got some good ideas. But all right, so we got, I'm doing the Orion, I'm not the Orion, the Horsehead Nebula. We got people out there imaging, so that's awesome. Does anybody do the 4-ax palette? No, I've never done the 4-ax palette. Yeah, so it's kind of like let's see, 4-ax palette. It's nice. It's got like a blue kind of blue red. It's getting some halos on a jellyfish with the Optolong. They're not hateful. You can take them with GHS. Cancel that. That. There we go. All right, cool. All right, do it in
Right on.
autofocus. All right. So
let's see. What was it? Dylan was saying he's trying to find located some obscure objects from out of Sharpless, to image. He hasn't decided on what to image yet.
What of the Sharpless catalog?
Yeah.
You can always do my favorite, my Sharpless SH2112. 2112, baby. There you go. Corin just pulled the trigger on an Antlia tri-band filter.
Let me know how it works out.
Yeah, really.
I've had the Antlia. I have the Antlia. I believe it's the quad band Antlia.
Okay.
And it wasn't bad. It's a pretty good filter. I mean, I think it was a high narrowband pass.
Okay.
Like in the 20s, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't used it in a while.
Oh, Scott's here.
What? I'm fixing to throw away my Astrodons and order Antlias.
Who said that?
Norm.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I hear an auction coming up. Coming up.
Yeah.
We can do an online auction, can't we?
Wow.
3, 4, 5. There we go. Oh, Carlos. And there you go. Hey, Carlos, how you doing? Hello, Scott. I think you're muted, though. And all right, so you know what? Since we're doing auctions out there, I'm thinking about. I'm
Not
thinking
doing
about.
auctions.
I'm not an auction, not an auction. I'm thinking about selling my Esprit 80 that just came back.
Now that you got you've got the AP refractor now, man.
I got the AP refractor. I have the Ascar 400. I got the Red Cat. The Esprit 80 literally just came back from Starzone. I was checked out by Dean, and I got to say thank you to Dean. He's awesome. That Starzone is awesome. I called him up and I said, all right, it looks great. Thank you for checking out. Just tell me how much I owe you and what it is for shipping, and I'll PayPal you. PayPal invoice me, whatever. And it's been a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden yesterday, it shows up at my front door. No answer, no nothing, and did it all for free. So I got to get him something.
Yeah, you do for sure, man.
I got to get him something. Sure. I'll get him a $50 gift certificate to AstroWorld.
Yeah, give him some merch, some swag.
Not necessarily for free, Dylan, but I mean the shipping was free. He shipped it back to me. I paid the shipping there, he paid it back. But it worked out. He did me a nice favor, so thank you so much.
Charity. I just saw some guy quote unquote, walking his dog from his motorcycle. Someone get me out of Florida.
And let me see.
Yeah, no kidding.
Scott, you imaging or what?
No, I just literally got home.
Oh, okay.
Party in the forum?
That's why I was late. I walked in the door at like 9:05. Had to get out of the gear and get into my house clothes here. So
is that Liz?
I'm working on that logo, by the way, Daniel.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. Tracking off. What happened? Oh, Meridian flip. 5 minutes. So I'm actually imaging, Scott. I'm actually imaging with the AP scope.
Yeah, the new flattener working out okay. No defects. Yep. It's all good.
Seems good. And you know what the funny thing was? Something weird happened to me today. I was using my Chromebook to log into the Eagle like I normally do. And do you remember a long time? I don't know if you two at the bottom remember this, but Eric, you'll remember this. You remember TeamViewer where, the latency on TeamViewer was just so bad that, that the screen kind of like looked fuzzy all the time and everything. I'm looking at it and took a picture, my first picture of the horse head today, and I'm looking at it, and it looks like the only thing I could think of it was dew, because it was a dark center and lighter, and it was like purpley. It was like weird. It was kind of odd. And so I'm like, all right. So I said, you know what? I did, when I was trying to figure out the backspacing with the flattener, I was in and out with the camera. Maybe it didn't dry off, and like going into the hot room and the cold outside back and forth a couple times. Maybe I got a little something on the little glass. You know what I mean? So, and if you don't have one of these, you should get one of these. This is something similar. It's called a sensor scope. Okay. So what it is, and I bought this a long time ago. What it is I'm going to take my glasses off, but you take this and it's a magnifier, and you put it up to your eye, and turn the light on, and you could get really close to see every single speck of dust on that sensor. You just sit there and you look at it and just get it to the right spacing and look at it, and you're just cleaning it off like a doctor.
Right.
But these things are great. This is by Delkin, I believe. Yeah,
It's like a jeweler's loop.
Yeah, it's a jeweler's loop with a light on it. So
Yeah.
the light helps you see everything, and then it comes with these nice nifty swabs and some liquid. Couple of drips of the liquid, full strokes, very softly across. Make sure you blow the sensor off first. You don't want to, you never know what's on that thing. So hand blow the sensor. What the hell?
There you go, Pete.
Oh, geez. Oh, my God. Flip them up, Pete.
It's a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I could start quoting the Clockwork Orange, but I don't think that'd be a good idea. But this is really cool. So if you have a chance, grab it. They come in a kit for like $50. It comes with a bunch of these swabs, the liquid, some Q-tips, whatever else. But so what I did was I actually took this thing out, and I took the camera apart, and I cleaned the sensor, even though I didn't see anything there. I still cleaned it. There was some dust and stuff like that. So I said, all right, since I got it apart, let me do it. So I did it.
Right.
So now I put it back on, and I get the same thing. So I'm like, all right, let me go into the computer inside and see what's going on, because it did look a little weird, like some sort of transmission thing going on. Inside, no problem. The Chromebook, big dot in the middle of the screen. So I'm like, all right, maybe I need a new laptop now. I don't know. It didn't show up on my cell phone. It showed up on the Chromebook. I don't know. I think the Chromebook's just fine. It was a $350 Chromebook, so I'm really not too worried about it. But yeah, so I'm looking forward. I'm going to take a look. Actually, let me see if I'm still waiting. Yeah, 1 minute and 31 seconds for the Meridian flip. So I'm going to just run out there, because it is the first time with the scope and the flattener and everything hooked up. I'm just going to go make sure I get no snags or anything that I'm going to do. So I'm going to run outside real quick and carry on for a little bit, fellas. Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
He's running.
You might be able to hear my voice, but that's okay. Oh,
whoops. Scott, oh man, blizzard with hurricane force winds. And I'm looking here in the chat. Yeah, hopefully everybody's all good. The one thing is, really, no kidding. No kidding, Corin, no F-bombs, please. Dan, if you can hear us, no freaking F-bombs. Oh, my gosh. So and there goes Pete.
It's no better in the middle of the country, Charity. Missouri is the ice storm capital of probably this country.
Yeah, it's no fun.
And they're right in the middle of the country.
Yeah, because they're right in the middle between, right there, between basically north-south. They're right there in the center, and so they get those mixes, man, and it can get nasty.
Yeah. Take it from somebody who's been through 2 ice storms. You don't want anything to do with that.
No, you do not. So, yeah, I've been working on the Melee PC, trying to, still working on it, getting it set up for Nina and everything. I don't feel ready just yet. And I'm definitely not going to use it over a new moon. I'll continue to use my ASIR until I feel I can get everything down and I'm ready to go. Got a lot of work to do to understand, and to follow Nina, and to also get, my biggest issue has been focus, using either Nina or Hocus Focus, and just getting autofocus working. Actually, it was not necessarily focus itself, but it was just autofocus and getting the routines down. So going to have still a lot more work to do on that. And following Patriot Astro, Chad with Patriot Astro is incredibly, incredibly smart and intelligent when it comes to Nina. He's been a really great resource. And I've got the Melee Quieter 3. Is the one that I picked up, the N105 with the 128 EMCC, and got the and also got an M2 2 terabyte actually, PCI 3 drive. So everything is running now. It's running on Windows 11, and I wiped the EMCC drive so I could use it for whatever else.
Sean's got a pretty good video on the autofocus through Nina as well. It hasn't been a big deal. As a matter of fact, I think it's easier than oh geez, just went right out of my head. I got Sharp Cap. I got Sharp Cap on the brain. It's not Sharp Cap. It's the other one. The other one that we were using.
What, my ASIR?
No. The
APT?
Oh, man.
SGP Pro?
SGP, thank you. Yep.
Okay.
I wasn't having a problem with the autofocus on SGP once I went to the not the Moonlight focuser, the Feather Touch focuser. Their setup, it was working fine, but Nina is even easier. Daniel and I went through and set up Nina a couple 3 or 4 weeks back, and just putting it together, and the autofocus routine is really, it's quite cherry. It's nice.
Yeah, it's just trying to figure the backlash steps and getting that right, because for me, I've just been unlucky with it not getting the curve, the V curve that I think it should, and it always gets really shallow. So it's
is that the ZWO focuser?
Yeah, it's the AF. Until I can get to a point where I can maybe at some point break free from the ASIR and look at other technologies and look at
a great
I don't know if it was the focus motor. I think the focus motor probably is fine. I think it was that coupler that connected the motor to the actual armature of the focuser on my scope. I think it was that coupler that was screwing me up, because it's one of those, it's that flexible hoo-ha, that connects. And I think it was that focus. I don't think it was the motor. I think it was that coupler that was screwing me up.
It could be. I mean, you had some couple of trial and error with that setup.
It was a nightmare.
But once it got done, I mean, you're good. All you got to do is stay awake and get some pictures, and stop working so much.
Well, yeah, it wasn't. It was. I completely got rid of the ZW. I went right straight to the Feather Touch, the full-on Feather Touch system.
And I'm thinking, for me, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pete.
And you've got the software, the SkyX.
Yep.
Wait till you try at Focus 3. That is the easiest V curve that you'll ever get set up with. You just set up a couple of parameters and you just let it watch and run with it. It really is phenomenal. It was great with Add Focus 2, but they've improved upon it with Add Focus 3. So if you get a shot, you should definitely start to use that because you'll be impressed with it.
All right, cool.
What software is this?
Oh, it's called the SkyX Pro.
Okay.
It's included in the software for the the software BISC mounts. But what's really nice about the software is the automated focusing at Focus 3, and also their image link, their plate solving. It's probably the best that I've ever come across, and it's built into the software. But more importantly, their planetarium program is absolutely phenomenal. The graphics will just blow you away. It's really just phenomenal. But as I said, unfortunately, if you don't have, you can use it with any other mounts. It's just that it's included with the software BISC mounts. So you get the camera add-on and you get the SkyX Pro. So unfortunately, if you don't have a software BISC mount, you'll have to go ahead and purchase it separately.
I'm sorry, I just hit the wrong button with this whole thing, and I think I just shut off Nina by accident.
How much does SkyX Pro or SkyX run if you say you don't purchase a software BISC?
I don't know, Dan, can you pull it up and find out?
For what?
Software BISC, what the SkyX is?
I think it's like, for the full blown, I think it's like $399 without any upgrades. EISQUE.
Is it the Sky Professional or
Yep.
is it
SkyX
okay.
Pro with imaging.
SkyX Pro with imaging. Okay.
It's the Sky Pro. This website, I hate it.
Okay, because I see here, I see the Sky Professional from Software BISC. I didn't know if that was the same.
Yeah, but there's an imaging one that includes T-point, a couple other things. It's like $500.
Gotcha.
T-point and camera add-on is what it is.
Yeah, $395 for the Sky Pro plus a T-point, which is like $250.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you don't really need the camera add-on, basically it's just the software to control the camera within the software program. But believe me, I mean, anybody that's used it, you can attest the planetarium program is bar none. It's phenomenal. It really just it's phenomenal. And the only thing that it doesn't do a meridian flip. So that's just the bad thing. But other than that, it's phenomenal. You can set your limits on both east and west, and the at focus 3 is phenomenal. It'll always get you your V curve that you need.
Right. Yeah, $695. Yeah, I just saw that. I was like, holy cow.
Imaging edition, yes. Okay, thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
I hear water running. Is somebody got water running in the background? Because I kept thinking we're expecting rain tonight, but I heard one of the guys here, we got water running. Is that you, Scott, or is that Eric or Dan?
Oh, it's not me.
I have a heater going.
Okay. Maybe that's what I hear then. I hear the heater going.
Yeah.
Kind of, from my perspective, it sounds like water running. So I thought, hey, we're expecting rain tonight.
I have a desktop heater here,
Oh, there you go. That's what it is. I can hear it now.
Yeah. There you go.
Just trying to set this up real quick.
Yeah.
Again.
Hey, Dan, can you set the 4 up? Because we can't see Scott in
Really?
the actual. Yeah, there's no 4 up. He's on YouTube, but he's not on.
Oh, it's not on. Oh, yeah. That's something else. That's fine. So that's 4 up. That's 33 outputs, and
Pay $100 a year for updates. Okay, so $695, and then you know what? In the grand scheme of things, that's not bad, especially for everything else you purchase. You know, when you're in this hobby, $695 is not that much. It's not even, you know, it's less than it's less than the cost of a inexpensive intro mount.
Yeah, really.
And if anybody does decide to get it and they need help and just trying to kind of, because you can set up multiple profiles. Case in point, the scopes that I have, I've got all the scopes set up for all these multiple profiles. So if I change out a camera, I can save a profile just for the same scope but a different camera. And that's what's so cool about it is that now you can go in there. So if anybody ever decides to get it and they need help on setting that up, I'll be more than happy to talk to them one-on-one, just to be able to go through what the at focus 3 is and how to set it up and how to kind of get everything just fine-tuned for what you got, because it really is a very robust program. And if you've got it on a laptop, you can kind of get overwhelmed if you have a lot of the icons and all of the diagrams on it on the planetarium program. So there's a way that you can actually just minimize it to what you need it for.
Can you add in, I'm assuming you can add in a home or artificial horizon?
Yep. Yep.
Just like you did with Nina or Stellarium.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. It's
Nice.
you know, you just go ahead and you can get your camera and you can kind of do your points, and then you input that in, and then that'll definitely be where your profile is, and you can set that up for all your profiles.
I'm sorry if I'm so quiet. I just had an issue that I'm dealing with. I apologize.
An imaging issue?
Yeah, it was a stupid fat finger issue, and I hit the wrong button, and I forgot to save the sequence. So now I'm remaking the sequence.
Oops.
Yeah. Fat finger stupidity. That's what it is. And I only got about another hour left, so I'm only going to get an hour on panel 2, so it's going to look stupid. So
Then it's $695 and no meridian flip. I'm sure you can do a meridian flip, can't it? You can do auto meridian.
No, the SkyX can.
Yeah.
Really?
Ooh.
You know, it was really interesting is that I was talking to Bob Denny today, because he actually comes up with the ACP, which once again is a complete program for dome control, mount control, telescope control. But you know, his big thing right now is that when you compete with the software like Nina, how do you compete when that's free? Whereas with ACP, that's kind of used for the professionals and used for the high-end educational universities, you know, like, you know, Mount Lemmon and everything else. And so he's finding out now that, you know, with a lot of these programs, it's just hard to compete. Case in point, you know, let's be honest, Nina, for a free program, how do you beat it?
No, you
Remember
can't.
SGP was kind of like, yeah, you could get all the updates, but the updates were free as long as you bought the program. Now it's kind of like Adobe
Subscription.
Photoshop.
Yep.
It's subscription based. And it seems to me that that's the only way that a lot of these software manufacturers or these software programmers can make money now, is that they have to go to a subscription base. You know,
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, you know, how do you compete with people that come up with Nina? Because everybody likes things that are free, no question about it. If it's free and it's great, oh my God, you've got yourself a gold mine here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And you're right. I mean, Nina really is kind of the state of the art now. So it's kind of funny. Like every 6 months, every year, it's like, remember, you know, Dan, we talked about it. Was Image Plus, then it became Maxim, and then it became SGP, and now it's becoming Nina. And it's just everybody has their moment in the limelight. And
Yeah, every couple of years something comes out, everything new. But I gotta say, I think we're at a point now where people have realized how we've become so digitized that, you know, we want that next update, or in some cases we need that next update, like the whole thing with the, you know, the Knicks that, you know, got, you know, with GWO, where just things happen, updates come out, and sometimes they don't work right, and, you know, sometimes you need a bug fix, and that's fine. But I think that Nina and Pix Insight and APT and APP, those couple, you know, maybe I'm probably missing one or two more, maybe like Cyril, you know, a couple of those, they come out with patches and bug fixes and improvements like monthly or sometimes weekly. And
Mhm.
I think we're at the point right now where that change of hands that we're talking about, the change of hands of what's better than what, is going to start to get slower because the improvements in every single program are coming out so often that they stay relevant. And the problems with those other programs in the past, they were never upgraded as quickly and became irrelevant, you know. So
In case in point, as you said, having it being open source
yeah,
means that now people can add certain little plugins that are beneficial, not just to them, but if it works for me, it's got to be good for other people, right? Case in point, let's look at the plugins for Nina. Unfortunately, with Software Bisque, it's not an open source to a degree. Yes, you can do a little bit, but you're at the mercy of them setting up their updates. Where I have to admit, with Nina, it's cool to have their hocus pocus, right? I mean,
yep,
it's so cool. I mean, their polar alignment is just such a cool. So being open source really means that, you know what, if I was somebody that was developing software, I'd be like Nina, let's just go ahead and keep it open source that people can add to it and put in their plugins when it's needed. So kudos to the gentleman. And maybe that's what we would like to do. Maybe we should reach out to Nina. I'd like to have him on as a guest because I've got questions I'd like to ask him. I think he'd be a good guest to have on the show.
sure,
Sure.
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Someone had mentioned even if Chad from Patriot Astro would be interested.
I put a line out to Chad about 6 months ago for Astropalooza.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything from him. Don't
Yep.
know if it got to him or not. It could have just not gotten to him, but I wasn't really, because all of a sudden the guest list just exploded, so I stopped that. It wasn't very persistent like I usually am. But so we could definitely travel that route again and see. See what
I guarantee you that if we had him on, I'm sure that people would definitely tune in because it is the software of choice in today. I mean, no question about it. Everybody is talking about Nina, and kudos. It's a free program. How do you beat a free program, especially with how powerful it is?
Yep,
absolutely. You can't beat it. Yep.
Oh wow, yeah, no. Looks like the chat is mentioning he's got some family issues going on right now, possibly Mark maybe some medical issues with his daughter. So I'll wish him all the best.
Well, we hope Chad and his family are well.
Yep.
Yeah. Wish them, prayers and and blessings.
Absolutely. Nobody should have to go through anything that's
for sure
bad like that.
Yeah, the big thing to your point, Corin, is that Nina works. I just want to make sure I can get it to work with them. And you know what? In defense of Nina, and this is most likely user error because of the fact that I was utilizing other mediums such as USB extenders and this, that, and the other to get Nina to work on my, from my pier to my desktop here, which is basically like 65 feet away and stuff. But I'm almost sure that most likely having the Melee now, and getting things set up is going to be right there on the pier, running things, and I'll use remote desktop to get into it. That I'm sure it might just end up, getting it going, just initially get the thing set up, and then off it goes. It's probably going to be nuts.
It's going to be great once you get it all set up. I mean, the biggest hurdle that you had was the guiding.
Yeah, it was guiding. Yeah, it was the guiding, and had some issues with the autofocus that I couldn't get a proper V curve, and some of that was maybe with backlash or what have you, and but yeah, so it's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be a much better experience for me. Now that I've got this mini PC and I can set things up and. Once I get this mini PC up and going, and I'm able to utilize it with the multiple profiles for the different, scopes and everything. It's going to be something.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, once you got it going, as long as you don't hit, don't save and close out and have to restart an entire mosaic, you're fine. That's what I'm doing right now. You shouldn't do a couple things. Run a live show image and drink wine out of a can. You should not do this. This is left over from the mother-in-law's trip, so there's 2 of these left. So I said, well, it can't be that bad. Well, I was wrong. So
That's funny.
So I'll continue to drink it. That's fine.
Well, it's real interesting is that the scope behind me, I'm working on a project. I don't know if it's going to work, but what happens, it's a Borg 107. So it was an f3.9. So I took the reduce route, and then I found out that, yes, you can get a flattener, and the flattener now will convert it into 650 millimeters at an f5.6. But the flattener was supposed to be inserted into the focuser. So it actually gets inserted into the focuser and it gets into the optical tube. The problem is that there's only 55 millimeters on the back focus distance.
Okay.
So I've got a Pixis camera rotator. The
Okay.
Pixis consumes 41 millimeters of back focus.
Okay.
So that doesn't do quite a lot. So I thought, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to see if I can put now that flattener on the camera side of the rotator.
Okay.
And that now would give me enough back focus to be able to say, okay, now I've got the focuser, I've got the camera rotator, now I've got the flattener, and then I'm going to actually have the adapters, and then I'll have the one-shot color camera with the filter, the NBZ filter. So I'm waiting for the precise parts to show up, and I'm hoping that I can achieve focus. If not, that experiment goes out the window.
Yeah, well, so I had an epiphany the other day, and I'm waiting on an answer back from Ashley over precise parts. I said, you know what? Instead of me measuring and trying to figure out what the hell precise parts that I have in here, I am sure that Ashley has what I ordered on record somewhere. So I asked him to get my customer profile of all the stuff that I've ordered over the past 20 years to see if I can match things up to what I actually have in the bucket over here and let everybody know.
I tell you, Dan, I should have called you. I don't know if you had like a dovetail to an M54 mail thread, but I should have called you. See if you had one.
No, I can tell you I don't have that. That I don't have.
But yeah, I'd be curious just to find out what you got in there, because I guarantee you've got some stuff that, if not us, the 4 of us.
Oh, I got big ones, small ones, round ones, square ones. It's a definitely non-racist bucket of adapters. I mean, I got a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything in there.
It's a very diverse and inclusive bucket.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm serious. I'm if anybody wants to give me an offer on the Esprit, it's been all put together. I'm selling the Esprit, and somebody give me an offer. I got original case. The only thing that I'm missing is the back end for the flattener, because I screwed it on. I can't find it. I'm trying to get it from Skywatcher for the back end for the flattener, and what else am I missing? The actual adapter for the flattener. Everything was precise parts. So if you could go without it and you're going with the precise parts, you're fine. I'm gonna get it from Skywatcher, the parts that I'm missing, even if I have to pay for it. But if somebody wants to give me an offer on a Skywatcher Esprit used for about 3 years and just totally given a clean bill of health,
$449.95.
Who's saying $500? Correct. It's gonna all right.
449.95.
500 and 1,000 shipping to the UAE. Okay. That's funny.
350, David. 350.
350. You guys are nuts. I'll keep it at that case. I'll put it on top of the Knicks just so I can shoot with it. That kind of money. It's going for $23.99 brand new. Wants to give me $300.
Sorry, I can't afford it. I got 5 kids to feed.
Oh, geez. I'm telling
no, 350.
I have 2 flanges for it. I have a CFL Moonlight flange for it. If you get a shorter CFL, just if you're gonna get a CFL, make sure you get the shorter tube. Don't go for the longest extension tube because there's a baffle in there, and you don't want it. It will the 2.5 inch will hit the baffle. It will hit the baffle. You want to get the 2 inch, and then be done with it. But I actually have I have a Moonlight focuser which I'm keeping because I'm just keeping it. It's good, but it's coming with the stock focuser and all that stuff. So you can put an EAF on there or whatever else you want to put on there. Use it for your ASI air. You can do whatever you want. 1995 Dave.
What a bargain.
What a bargain. 1995. Yo, at that price, Dave, I'll donate it to Avalon. Jeez. It's a great scope. The scope is good. It's literally been given a clean bill of health by Star Arizona. So
1995, and if you act now, Dan will throw in some Ginsu knives out of the closet of death.
Yes, I will give you a used sensor cleaner. There you go.
Hey, you know what? Just looking at all these threads here, all of our members have things to sell. We have things to sell. We have people to buy. We might want to just kind of maybe have on the Discord. I don't know if we want to get into it.
We have a buy and sell US and buy and sell international channel on there.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, then this is where people should post what they've got, because I got a feeling that the viewer membership, it's such a close community. Everybody knows each other that they would trust everybody's judgment. So I'm thinking that would be something that we need to do here.
Yep. Nope. There's definitely a place for it, and there is a channel in the Discord if anybody wants to buy or sell anything on there. I just haven't seen anybody throw anything on there in a while, so I just stopped using it. Basically, it's an unused thread right now, but it's up there.
Yeah, because I mean, we just got a listing. There's a 2.5 inch Moonlight focuser. I mean, somebody could use a good Moonlight focuser for a refractor.
Yep. Norm, is that a manual Moonlight? Because if it is, you may want to hold on to it, because Moonlight, Ron over at Moonlight, no longer makes manual focusers. He only does his motors or the light and night crawlers. That's it.
That's it. Yep.
So you may have a collector's item there on your hands.
I might hold on to it.
Being a classic.
I might hold on to it, but that's
end up being one of those antiques.
But you're talking to the hoarder over here. I keep everything.
That's it, Dan.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call a learning channel and have them go over to your house, Dan.
There you go. I'm telling you. On the Discord, so what thread do we just talk and shoot the breeze in? You can do that on Discord. There's a general conversation, I think, or something like that. General topics.
Yeah, general discussion, general topics, something like that.
Yeah, you can use that. That's fine. It had a step a moment, but I took it to another one. Okay. So. That's the deal. Yeah, you know what, Chris? I got a 250 millimeter telescope in the Red Cat. I got 2 400s now. Now, even though that the glass is probably better in the Esprit than the Ascar. The Ascar, the form factor of the Ascar is smaller. It doesn't need, it's a Quinn, so it doesn't need, it's a built-in flat field for the most part, so I don't need the flattener. And it's small as hell. I threw an EF on it, and it's great. The Esprit is a little bit bigger, and the Esprit also has a foot, little 80 millimeter foot that goes on, and it makes, I do have the rings and a dovetail for it. I'll sell it with it too. Somebody wants it, I could. You want me to autograph the 80? I'll autograph it. I think I saw that. Saw that in there.
So Dan, really, the Esprit is just the upper echelon of the Explore Scientific. It's their upper echelon scopes, correct?
Well, it's Skywatcher. It's a Skywatcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the upper of Skywatcher / Celestron, I guess. Because they're in cahoots kind of with each other.
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like if you got a Toyota, right? You got the SC model, you got the SC model, and you got the other model. It's just a matter of one's a little bit better than the other because it's got all the bells and whistles. In this case, his Esprit has got the better optics.
Yeah, the Esprit definitely has awesome optics. It's great. It may need a little bit of cleaning, not a big deal. But other than that, I mean, the collimation is literally just been checked out last week by Starzona, so it's fine.
So just throw out there, what is it that you'd be looking for, Dan? Just tell everybody. You never know. You might get somebody that might know somebody that would be interested.
Well, I'm just saying, anybody in the chat, make me a real offer, not 20 payments of $20. That's not a real offer,
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to make me a real offer, then, it does retail for $2,300. It is 3 years old. So, full disclosure on it. I've used it. It was my main imaging scope for at least 2 years. But even I have the email from Starzona. Dean over at Starzona said, I can't believe this scope is 3 years old. It's got a little bit of, battle scars, not damage, but like a little bit of scuff marks that could kind of be taken off. But he said that the scope, you can't believe it's 3 years old because it's in such good condition. But there is some scuff marks from rings and that kind of stuff. But
Dan, if you got it, show it up to everybody. If it's there.
Oh, it's packed away right now, and YouTube will squash it anyway. If anybody wants pictures, just let me know. I'll throw pictures up there. That's fine.
Throw it in the Discord channel.
Yeah, I'll throw it. I'll take pictures tomorrow, and I'll throw it in there.
Yeah, throw it in Discord.
Mark Ellis said, "Hey Pete, where's my new scope?"
The process was just turned into an order today, Mr. Mark. Information was shipped over, so hopefully in the next by Friday we'll get some information updates when it will be shipped out from Planewave.
Nice.
So Mark, we're expecting those photographs now. CDK 14 on an L350 mount. Whoa.
Nice. All right.
All right. Well, there you go. Woo.
How often usually realistically would you have to collimate a CDK, because you're only dealing with the secondary mirror, correct? If I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yeah, the CDK 12.5 has 4 screws, and the rest of them all have 3 screws. And the primary mirror is permanently mounted, so it's just the secondary that you have to focus on, or just to do collimation. And typically, if it's, these scopes, you don't want to really set up remotely, meaning that you can't set up remotely if you've got like a wheelie bar and you're going to move it in and out. But if you're going to disconnect it from the mount and then put it back down, these scopes are too heavy to do that. So if you've got it, say, on a permanent pier or on a JMI wheelie bar, you probably don't need to collimate it more than maybe twice a year, if that.
Wow.
They're pretty robust. I mean, they really are robust scopes.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if I ever get to move from anywhere in New York, then I'll start thinking about getting a crazy telescope. But until that time, I'm good with what I got right now. I mean, I might think about, a Newt at one point, like a Quattro or a Starfield or something like that. I may think about that eventually. I tried going that route with the PDS 150, the European version, which is optimized for astrophotography. They don't even sell it in the US, and I was able to get one. But I had too much other stuff going on. I had a Schmidt, I had a Mac, I had a Newt, I had a couple of refractors, and I was getting completely nothing done. And that's one of the things that I think we should talk about. One of the things that people get bogged down to, and I do the same exact thing. So, I'm a victim of it too. Stop changing your rig. Stop changing. If you have a rig or something that works, leave it alone. You don't have to change it every 3 months like I do and not get anything done for 9 months. That's what happened to me. Don't do that. Sit there, learn your rig, get it done. If you made a mistake and you want to purchase something because this focuser stinks, so I want to get another one, that's one thing. But once you're settled, don't sit there and say, "Whoa, oh man, now I just got a new camera. The new, $18,000 ZWO camera came out, and I gotta go get one because it's the best." No, don't do that. Just learn your rig. Learn your rig and get used to it and take pictures and get used. You'll never get used to taking pictures. Forget about post-processing because you're not getting any pictures. So just learn your rig and I have 4 different rigs. Eric's, I'm sure he's got a bunch of different rigs, but the rig stays the same. If I move telescopes, that's not changing the rig. That's like I have one telescope, but you know what? I'm changing the focuser in June, and a new flattener came out because it's an adjustable one. I don't have an adjustable one, so I'm going to get this one because it makes my back focus easier, even though it's kind of annoying. I'm going to go get that anyway because the next best thing, so I'm going to throw that on. Now I need precise parts because I got a new flattener I didn't know, so now I need to wait a month for that. And now, oh, crap, you know what? I want to do a rotator now. Now I got to get the rotator. Oh, shit, now I got to get another precise parts to fit the flattener to be that. So it just never ends. It never ends. So please, just if you have a thought in mind, if you're gonna get a square sensor, no point in getting a rotator. Don't get a rotator. Everything's square. It makes no sense. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I had a customer that had the 533 and wanted a rotator. I'm like, wait, why? Yeah. It's equal on all sides. It's a square. Yeah. And if you rotate it, it's going to be in the same place.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not like it's longer on a diagonal than it is across. It's the same.
Yeah. That's why, I honestly decided to get a different OAG.
Okay.
I got the I went from the Celestron OAG to the ZWO OAG, the OAGL.
Yep.
Simply because this way I can utilize that monochrome camera and the filter wheel, have everything intact. All I need to do is unscrew it from the flattener and move it right over and just maybe add and go right to my Schmidt and screw it right on, and nothing has changed. It just stays the same. Yep. Everything is the same. It's just unscrewing it from one and moving it over to another. That's it. So
it's like Eric, your setups. I mean, your setups are so precise that you can just grab it and go, and you're ready for portable.
I'm ready.
It's the same thing like with you, Dan. It's the same thing with these scopes behind me. These scopes now will be set. So if I choose to say, this is what I'm going to use because this is my field of view this is a scope I grab. And you're absolutely right. If you decide to get scopes, plan where it's going to be maybe 2 to 3 years, 8 to 5 years from now. And think about that, because you're right. If you're doing portable setup, you could really go down this rabbit hole quick. You're going to be looking at the cost of money that you've spent. So think about getting maybe 1, 2 scopes, and think about what is it that I can do that I can just change. Maybe one thing. Is it a camera that I'm going to change? Maybe go from an OSC camera. So the Borg 107 That one is my OS, my one-shot color camera. Over here, over here is the Telview 101, and that's got the Moravian camera. And then I've got the Optima Stellari. So I've got everything that I need between these three scopes, and I'm a happy camper. So I can just grab that one scope that I need and say, that's the one I'm going to image for the next month.
Yeah, exactly. And this way I can also figure, especially when it comes to, if you're using different scopes, then it also may come into play cable management, because you have different perspectives of sizes and things like that. So if you decide to keep, just don't change your optics so much. Maybe, like we were saying, maybe you have two scopes, maybe three. But I'm just saying, if you have more than just that one scope, don't go too crazy. But if you keep your imaging train, you're using the same that's easily to be interchanged, without too much fuss, and then measure out that cabling. And then for your longest length, based off of that, maybe your shortest scope or what have you. And then, put it into, the wire loom and get that all set up. So that way it's, everything is managed. So all you have to do is just unplug, swap out, move the imaging train from one scope to a next, plug it right back in. Same cabling setup, same everything. And then that way it's done.
Anya,
that's the point I'm trying to make. Just to try to keep,
you make an awesome point simple. Because it just, setup time, just in general. If you're going back and forth changing everything, you're redoing cable harnesses, Alex Tech, whatever, or zip ties, like Dave, my buddy Dave put a comment up there about my rotator comment. I'm like, come on, Dave. Really? They're going to want to derotate an alt-az mount? And, I guess you're right, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was that they just wanted to rotate. They didn't understand that everything was equidistant from each other. And, that was not, and to Kevin's point, even framing with a square sensor still almost remains the same. It does remain the same. All lines are equal, diagonal, horizontal, and vertical. I mean, it's just, it's everything's the same. So you can't do any better framing. Just put it in the middle. That's pretty much all you're going to do.
Yeah. See, and this is why I really like Blackwater skies, because you can literally see your target. You can put the frame over it, whether it's a 533 or if it's a 268 or a 600. You can literally see, and then you can save all those different parameters, and you can give the frame a different color. So when you ever decide to say, okay, here's my setup, this is what I want to look at, what does my field of view look like? What's my image scale? It gives you the image scale that you need as well. So it's a great program. It's called Blackwater Skies.
Yep. Blackwater Skies is awesome. I love it. And you know what I love? I have not polar aligned my scope or tweaked my peer in probably about a year.
Right?
Really.
I touch it once a month.
Well, think about it. I've been dealing with AP no flattener, and then I switched to an ASCAR, and the Esprit was at a Starzona, and I had a lot of stuff going on with different rigs. So I was just I couldn't even use my Red Cat because the counterweight bar on the EQ8R was too much weight for the Red Cat. So I couldn't balance with the, so I bought a 7-pound Losmandi, weight for that, because I needed something with because the EQ8R has a really thick shaft on it. So I needed the Losmandi hole. So I got that, and now I'm able to use it. But I mean, I was not imaging all summer, if you think about it. And I mean, maybe I'm pushing it. Maybe it's 9 months. I haven't touched it. And I'm looking at my guiding right now, and I'm guiding at anywhere between 0.4 and 0.6.
It's great. It's great. You're sub-arc second. No worries.
Oh, none, zero. 0. Taking the second panel now. So
Yeah.
I just want to do 2 panels, and I want to see if I could stitch them together. I'm going to get more data on it because I only got 30 times by 4, so that's I got 2 hours on each panel.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I want to get like 6 or 8 on each panel, and then see what it looks like. But this is going to run for another till like midnight.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go to bed.
There you go. But yeah, if like we were talking about, if you can get good at one imaging system, one camera, and be it a monochrome, or if you're going to go either monochrome or color, if you can get good at that one system and get at all your extras, if you're going to get on an OAG or whatever else, and then get your power set, your power distribution, how that's going to be, and get it all set up and cable managed, so that way you can go from one scope to another without any muss or fuss. I mean, that's the way to go. And just because right now, I'll be honest with you, my scope is set up right now just because I'm doing all this stuff with Nina and with the Melee. It looks like crap.
Well, let me tell you, once you get everything set up, though, man, you're gonna be smoking, and it's gonna be wild. So
it's gonna be crazy.
I can't wait till you get on that advanced sequencer, and you just have the first night where you get to, if you're like me, the first time that I did a Meridian flip with Nina, I waited up till like 2:30 in the morning. And because that's when it was happening, and I was nervous because, first new program, whatever. Make sure it goes off right, nothing slams into the mount, whatever.
Yep.
So I did it, and when you get that first night of you sleeping, and you wake up the next day and you look out I remember looking out the window on the top of the bed, because on my bed there's a window that faces the mount. And I go and I look at it and I see the red light of the eagle and the mount is facing north. I was like, nice. And it's pretty cool.
That's what you want. That's what you want to look for is, you set it up, you've got your sequencing, you've got everything set that night. Guiding looks great, and then you just go to, then you just go to bed. And that next morning, you look out your window and the scope is parked, and where it's supposed to be. Then you can say, yeah, things may have just went well tonight, last night.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And Kevin, the thing is, I don't know if you heard us in the beginning of the conversation. The thing is that what we're talking about is a square sensor only. I'm not talking about, your regular, 16 by 9 or whatever. You're not talking about those, rectangular sensors, like even 4/3 or APS-C that are more rectangular. The problem with the square sensor is that you're not fitting anymore, whether you're going on a diagonal or not. And you could do it for, just for fun, but you're not fitting anything more or anything less on a diagonal in a square sensor than you are going horizontal.
Yeah.
Is that the 533?
Yeah, it's 533.
Yeah, so the 533 is all square. And just like that. So you're not fitting anything differently, right to left, up and down. It's just, maybe you could do it just because it looks nicer and it looks like the way it's supposed to be on a diagonal. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being silly. I'm a little biased against the 533, and I'll admit it. I don't like square sensors.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with the 533.
No, the camera is great. I just hate the square sensor. I just hate it.
Just it's because it's kind of foreign. It's kind of for the most part, for most people, you think
it's foreign.
Yeah, you think like an 8x10, photograph, or an 11x14 or 4x6 when you're taking a photograph. It's not 5x5 or anything. So people, when you're buying, camera,
I think of square sensors. I think of 27-inch CRTs versus 55-inch LCD.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You're looking at a 27-inch behemoth. It's a 27-inch, but it's a behemoth. It weighs like 150 pounds, and you're gonna break your back moving a 27-inch CRT.
It's that
versus,
deep,
yeah, it's that deep.
That deep
versus 65-inch
versus that deep.
LED and my kid can carry it.
Nice.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm more preferential towards your regular, rectangular sensor.
Yeah. And to your point, David, that's probably, where this guy is going to end up going, and this may end up being its semi-permanent home, is the Rasa.
Rasa.
Because also, for one, it is great, the sensor, the way everything is, this type of a sensor, and it's, the pixel size, it's a great match for the Rasa. So that,
nice.
Just like the 183. The 183, if you look at it, that sensor and that pixel size, it is a great match with the Rasa.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. Is that still the 3.76 or whatever? Is it the same thing as like everything else?
It may be, or I'm thinking it's maybe 2 point something.
Is it that small, the 533?
No. The 533 is 3.76. But the 183 may be a smaller pixel size, I believe.
It could be. I think it's like 2.4. I think.
Yeah, it's like one of the smaller.
Because I got that on my Red Cat. So. 1.6 read noise. 183. 2.4. Yeah. Yeah, that works great on the Red Cat.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yep. If anybody's buying anything direct from ZWO, you're gonna, if you just ordered something, you're gonna wait for a while.
Yeah, if it's not in the U.S. already, they're on vacation.
You're gonna be waiting. They're on vacation. It is
the
the start
country
of the
closes
Lunar New
down
Year.
for like 2 weeks.
Yep, the Lunar New Year.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's the New Year.
The rabbit. Yep.
Is it rabbit this year?
Yes, rabbit. Yep.
Rabbit.
And they're gonna be partying. They're gonna be partying like crazy. So.
Yeah. All right, well,
the 294 mono at bin 1. It's another good match with the Rasa. If you're
the mono. The mono. Yeah, not the color. Yeah, the mono. Nice. I just bought for the that's $100. I bought the M54 kit for the QHY cameras with all the spacers. So I just bought an extra one of those.
Speaking about that, have you been? I looked everywhere to find M54 1mm, 2mm, and 4mm spacers. Unless you buy the QHY kit, there's only one guy that actually has it, and that's the Blue Fireball.
Blue Fireball, yeah, Gina.
Yeah, from Gina.
Everybody's got M42, M48, but nobody really has individual M54.
Yep.
And I've been saying, guys, that's the next size for these cameras is M54.
Yeah, I'm all M54 now. Even with the 268, I'm M54.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Blue Fireball got on that real quick, and they jumped on the bandwagon because they're the only game in town right now.
Well, unless if you buy it, you could buy it through Amazon, but it's going to take you about 6 weeks to get them because they come directly from Qingdao or wherever it is over in China.
Yeah. I had to call the Gina today because I had to order a 0.5 millimeter, a 1 millimeter, and a 4 millimeter M54, and the Gina had them, so I had to get them because we don't carry any of those spacers. I called Vic Maris at Stellar View. He only has M42, M48. I called Alpine. Alpine has the M54, but they got a 0.3, a 0.5 millimeter, and a 1 millimeter. That's that gold, black, and red little kind of aluminum little spacer rings. But he said, yeah, Gina's the only one that actually carries it to Blue Fireball. So, food for thought.
Yep, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really. Time for a mill and a lathe.
The new ZWO ASI 432, yeah, it's a 9 mega, yeah. That's the whole thing.
That's
we've
the
been
one
talking
that I've
about
been
that for a
begging.
while. Yep, we've been talking about that for a year, I think.
Yes.
And when it first came out, and like, oh my God, why are you doing that to an uncool camera? I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Give me some.
I don't understand it.
Give me a camera with a big pixel that's cooled that I could throw on a C11 or C14 or something with 2,500 plus millimeters of focal length, without spending $20,000 on a Moravian. I mean, something like, or a Teledyne.
Oh no, a C4 16,000 from Moravian is only about $5,600, and it's mechanical shutter, not a rolling shutter. So that's another good thing about the Moravian, and it is a 9 micron by 9 micron.
That's one thing I miss with the S-Big 8300M. That
is the
mechanical shutter. And
I tell you what, I love mechanical shutter.
I don't like the rolling shutter. I still hate it. But
especially think about when you want to do your darks, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy if you have a mechanical shutter. But that's why I like the Moravian. I mean, the C4 1600, that's what I always recommend with the plane waves, because it's that 9 micron, and I don't know what the ZWO cost is, but it's only $5,600. Now that doesn't include the VAT and duties. That'll be extra, but that's just out of Moravian. It's like $5,600.
Yeah, but still, I mean, with the ZWO, it doesn't matter what the cost is. It's an uncool camera. You know what I mean?
Right now, it's still a hockey puck camera.
Yep,
exactly.
That's it.
So right now, the uncooled one is around $400 or $500. It's like around
something like that. I just sold one. Yeah,
around $550 or something like that. But I've posted this in the Facebook group chat and everything. And even Simon Lewis even mentioned, and he was kind of in agreement with me on this one. It's like, why create this? I mean, granted, I understand why you want to create it, especially because it's supposedly the possible successor of the 174.
Right.
Okay. And it's going to be very good, especially when it comes to solar imaging and planetary. But this could be great. I mean, right now, if I bought it now and I was using it at this time of year, it would probably be okay because it's so cold, so I could probably deal, maybe. But if I'm wanting to use that, especially in the springtime in galaxy season, when I've got my Schmidt out and I'm at, and I want to be at 2,000 and others, with 9 1/4, 11s and 14s, they're close to 3,000, in the case of the 14 and stuff.
Yep.
They want to do some serious galaxy season, imaging. That would be a great camera for people who maybe can't afford at the time right now the Moravian, because for the most part, from what just based off of current pricing and looking at how things are right now, if you compare it to say the 2600 mono, you're probably only spending half of what the Moravian is.
Yep.
At the very most. That's the only thing, but it's one of those things where, you know, I put it out there and nobody actually commented from ZWO about it, you know, except, you know, Simon. But it's just one of those things that's, you know, be nice.
Yeah. I mean, so rolling shutter, so the rolling shutter and mechanical shutter, with the rolling shutter, you need to, because it goes by row, the shutter. It goes by row and it goes down and down and down and it goes up to the top and it keeps on rolling. You still need to keep your telescope closed to do darks. You got to put the cap on in order to do darks. Okay? Because you gotta. You know, the shutter's going to be open, right? So, you know, you got to take pictures, right? So, that being said, it's got to be dark. With the mechanical shutter, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't have a light leak in the shutter, you're going to get a dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that's one of the benefits behind the mechanical shutter. That's the only, you know.
It's going to close the door on that sensor.
Yep.
So what's kind of cool about, you know, you look at these long focal length scopes, let's say 2,950 millimeter focal length.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you're using a 9 micron size pixel. Even at 2x2 binning, you're going to be at 1.26 arc seconds per pixel.
Okay, there you go.
And if you're at 1x1 binning, you're at 0.6. So you're going to really be right in the sweet spot for your ink scale. So that's the thing about these long focal lengths. When you get above, say, 2,500, you got to really think about a 9 micron size. If you're between, say, 18 and, say, 2,500, you could probably maybe get away with maybe like, say, like a 5.96 micron and maybe do 2x2 binning, and you'll be at what, you know, you'll be at what, 12 microns. So you'd be good there. Yeah. So that's what you have to think about is that when people start looking at the focal length of the scopes, you got to think about now what's the image scale I'm going to get with the camera, especially based on 1x1 and 2x2 binning.
Yeah. And that's when you have, you know, the SCTs, like the Edge SCTs, that are above 2,000 and above, because even the 8, you know, at f10 you're at 20, just over 2,000, you know, if you're shooting at f10. But a really good camera to pair with that, if you're in, you know, like me, and you're in that budgetary range where you're looking at more ZWO or QHY, or that is the 294, you know, the 294 model cameras, the 2600s, things, you know, those, and the 268s, things like that. But when you're really getting towards 11 and 14, that's when you need to start moving, in my opinion, start moving away from ZWO and QHY, and you start moving more towards the Moravians and, you know, those types of cameras that actually naturally have, you know, 9 pixel, you know, 9 micron pixels on their sensor. And, you know, you really want to go there, because when you get that long focal length, you're not necessarily always shooting nebulae, but unless you're going really deep, you're going after galaxies and stuff like that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Galaxies and planetaries. Yeah, you're going after planetary nebulas.
For sure.
Yeah, so, all right.
Yes, good point, Dan. Picture of the week. Voting Friday is when it happens.
Yeah,
when the selections are made, we need your input. Takes only a few minutes. Go to AstroWorld Web.
Let's show you real quick.
And AstroWorldWeb.com, and, you know,
there you go.
Check out the new ones.
Yeah, so we got a website. For those of you that don't know, for those of you, I think everyone that's here, we have a website. Buy your calendar. The first round of calendars is now sold out. Sold out. So if you want a calendar, buy it. It's going to be on sale probably till I'll probably say March sometime. Most people don't want to buy calendars after March, I think, but I'll throw it up there. But just so you know, you can get your calendar if you want it. And to vote for Picture of the Week, just go to Image Contests, and you'll see the last picture of the week, which was Bloodstone. And here you go, some pictures of the week. Greg Meyer, Spider and the Fly. There's the Able 85 pick.
I don't see it, Dan. I don't.
It's on
You
YouTube.
guys see it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's funny. I'm on YouTube, but I don't see it posted.
I don't see it, bud.
You don't.
Oh, there it is. Now it's coming up. Okay, there we go,
Okay.
Dan.
And then you got the dumbbell.
So you got to start again, Dan, because you didn't see it all.
Spider and the Fly. There you go. You see it now?
Hold on. I'm going to refresh my screen here. Okay, I see the Spider and the Fly.
There you go.
Yep.
And you know what I'll do? I'll do this for you. Here you go. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, there's Able 85. Ooh, that's a nice one. Look at that. God, I love that target, man. That is just a cool looking target. Look at that 03.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who took this one? Sean did?
This was a collaboration between Tom and Sean.
Congratulations. Believe me, that's a great looking image.
There you go.
Kevin's asking, when do you have to submit your images by?
By Monday night, every week.
Every week? Monday at what time? Is there what time?
Usually, if you set it Tuesday, that's fine because I usually don't get to post them until after work on Tuesday. So I'll get to it. But try and get it done by Monday midnight. That's the normal cutoff time.
Okay.
And then Tuesday, 12 o'clock is when the clock starts for voting. So.
Yes. Kevin, there is a link when you go to astroworldweb.com where you can submit your photos and it drops into Dan's Google Drive.
Yep. So you just go to the image contests and then right here, it'll click Google Drive and you just drop them in here and drop them in the bottom. Don't make your own folder because I take all these and these should all be gone now anyway. This is all old stuff except for the Bloodstone Triffid. This is all old stuff. This goes into previous now. So just where am I? Where is it? Where is Astropod? There you go. I'm back.
If you are a Pix Insight user, consider sending your project, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, you can send your project for critique night.
For critique night, thank you.
Don't send do PNG or JPG files only for the website because otherwise it's going to be kind of crazy. But we got Greg Meyer with the Spider and the Fly. We got the collaboration between Tom and Sean for Able 85, and we got M27. I don't see a name on this one, but it's from Australia. And then we got Chris Frierksen with the needle. I think this is kind of cool. He offset it to get these guys over here. I thought that was kind of cool. And this guy over here. So MGC 5457, the Needle Galaxy. And those are the four. So we only have 13 votes right now. 13 votes. So
that's it. Come on, guys.
So picture of the month. That's come. Actually, we did this one. We did this. Yeah, we did this. Why is that still there? That's November. That's why. December's not done yet. All right. So that's that. So please vote. And we got to do a giveaway, don't we? We still got to do a giveaway. Got to do the Camera Concepts giveaway tonight. And we're going to do a $50 gift certificate to Camera Concepts. And whoops. There we go. And here we go. Camera Concepts, $50. So for your next purchase of Camera Concepts, here we go. All right. No last name. Andy.
Andy.
CCTS, $50. There you go. So Andy, I'll send you an email. I have it because you registered. Your email is on there. So I'll get your email and we'll set you up with that. So look out for that email. So congratulations. There you go. All right. So Friday is coming soon. We don't have a guest. So what topics do we want to do for Friday night? Any thoughts?
Why are you putting me on the spot here, bro?
I'm putting all 4 years on the spot. Well, 3 years. I'm the fourth.
Fourth.
Well, we were thinking about starting back at the beginning again, so we could start off fresh with newbie kind of stuff.
New year.
So we can make it easy. It's only 2 days, so why don't we do something we've already done before? Eric, you want to do catalogs again? Talk about the catalogs.
I can certainly do. I can bring it back out.
Yeah, make it easy, and then the next Friday we'll come up with something a little bit more prepared. Well, not that this is prepared, but a little bit more, not on the spot type thing. Pete, what about you? You gonna do your RA and deck talk that I did last year?
I can do that. Do you want to do that on Friday?
Yeah. Fill up some time.
So that'll be Eric and myself. Yep.
Scott, you want to do a talk about anything, or are you just gonna suck your thumb?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll do the RA and deck, and we'll do the catalogs again, and then we'll move on from there because we literally have a list of about 60 topics. So
yeah.
All right, cool.
Yes, we do.
We'll just comment on it, Daniel.
Yeah, there you go. I don't need. I talk enough. I don't need to talk.
And if anybody has ideas or topics that they would like us to bring to AstroWorld TV, or if you have a topic you would like to share, something you feel passionate about with dealing with astrophotography, hit us up and talk to Dan, and maybe we can get you guys on the show. And
yeah, I believe the last Friday of the month, and I didn't put it up there. I should have. The last Friday of the month, because I just saw his name pop up on the chat. Josh, I believe, and you can say yes or no in the chat, is going to be doing a presentation for us for our first member night.
Nice.
So, and tell me if you're ready for it. If you're not ready for it, you're fine. We'll find something else, but I think you'll be fine. But just let me know.
Yeah.
Yep. Josh will be there. Awesome.
Be there. Awesome. Josh.
Awesome. All right. So, all of a sudden we do the wheel and we start losing viewers. So,
it happens.
Yeah. So, I guess throw it around. It's 11 o'clock. So, final thoughts to everybody.
No, thanks everybody for participating. Again, if you like the show, you like what we're doing, do us a favor. Click on that thumbs up button. Really help us out. Share this show on Facebook. Put it into into your storylines and let people know who have the same hobby of astronomy and astrophotography. Let them know that we're out here. We're here out here on the web, and we're doing this, and we're having a lot of fun. We'd like them to join us. So definitely keep the help keep us growing. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need the growth. We need to grow. Need breathing room.
Yes, yes. And I've got to, and I've actually, I've got to get on. I got to get on a travel website and look for airplane and tickets and everything for Neath.
I'm telling you,
I got to get her done. I got to get her done.
Yep, get it going, and it looks like for the 2024 eclipse, even though the weather isn't going to be great, where I'll be, I think I'm going to be spending that April up in Canada with Ron and Sean.
Awesome.
For the eclipse, because it's going to be about 5 miles away from totality. So we'll see. At the very least, it'll be a good time.
What was the name of that cleaning solution that we
Photonic. Yeah,
Carlos
Photonic
was asking about cleaning filters. So
yeah, Photonic works great. They got little gaskets for everything. If you want, go take a look at if you go into our playlist, it's called Shows with Guests. David Geeson from Photonic, Eric showing you the first contact kit right there that they sell. That's about what, like $280 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
But it's good for a long time of cleaning. This is not just a one and done. It's $280. This is quite a number of cleaning. It comes with the polymer. It comes with the little pull tabs that you're gonna need. Some gaskets if you use them on mounted filters or mounted scope lenses. That's not the only option, Carol. I use a bunch of different stuff. I use some pack pads and a hand blower. Just be careful. Use a couple cleaning solutions. And we just had Don Goldman on a couple of about 2 weeks ago, and he uses the pull method, and he pulls the filter off uses Kimi wipes, which is another lint-free wipe that you could use for optics. And you use a little bit of liquid, and you just drag the filter across the bottom after you're done with the hand blower and all that.
Didn't he say a couple of drops of
isopropyl? Yep.
Yeah, like 90%.
No, more like 97.
Like 97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna use soap, distilled water is good. If you're gonna use soap, get the unscented, unfragranced kind of stuff, and very, very little of it. Very little of it. You could really destroy the coatings with soap. Yep, 97% or more. You could get. I got 99% in there, in the room.
Josh is asking what you should not use.
Windex.
Yeah.
And a Brillo pad.
Yeah. Don't use your stainless steel scrubbies. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Don't do that. Don't use your spit. Don't use toilet paper. Don't use
dye grinders.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Sandpaper.
Sandpaper.
Eclipse is I've heard good reviews about it.
Yeah.
ROR on camera lenses is fine. I find it a little bit strong on optics. Kimtech. Yeah, I got my cleaning solution. Here you go. I got my. See, I have ROR too, and I do have it. I don't like it. It's greasy to me. I use it only for tough spots that I maybe could get off with for it to sit there for a little bit without undue pressure. You want to be very careful with your optics, and I find that I have to clean some optics again after using this. And maybe it's just me being crazy anal, but it doesn't evaporate at the point that I thought it would. and I don't like it. If you can find it, if you can get it, the best stuff I've seen in a bottle like this is called Optical Wonder. And that's by Batter Planetarium, if I remember right. If you can find that and you could get it, that stuff evaporates wonderfully, doesn't leave any spots, stains, anything, and it just takes a little bit. That stuff is awesome. Now, again, that's for a $30 bottle. If you want to spend $280, go get Eclipse, go get First Contact, go get those polymer solutions, which do an outstanding job and is super quick and extremely safe. So either one.
Definitely really good for sensors.
Yeah, you can. They have one that you can actually get for sensors.
Yep.
For First Contact, that you can actually purchase 4 sensors. That's specific, but yeah, here's
I mean, freaking NASA uses it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
You know?
yeah, Eclipse.
Hey,
Yeah, I've
Pepper.
got some of that Eclipse. That's good
There's
stuff.
that little guy.
It's some good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pepper came in to take a pee.
So yeah.
What you doing, guy?
Yeah, and I've even, with First Contact, the first time I used it, I kind of goofed and I didn't use the, because I use mounted filters.
Gasket.
And I didn't use the gasket.
You got to use the gasket.
Yeah, but alcohol. Actually,
got it off.
Yeah, alcohol or polish remover.
Acetone
on a filter.
I think it was, and I think that's what they were saying. But no alcohol you can get it off. But I thought you could use.
God, acetone is harsh.
Okay, now I'm wrong then.
Well, they do have non-acetone finger. They do have non-acetone nail polish.
Yeah.
God, acetone makes paint thinner look like a wuss.
You don't want to use acetone on anything like that. If you're going to use anything, just use a 97-99% alcohol. Or I think you're right, Eric. I think you can use, but it's got to be the non-acetone.
It's got to be the non-alcohol. Yeah, because I know, but no, definitely alcohol. I know for sure that almost pure alcohol, that'll get rid of it for sure.
Yeah, Optical Wonder is super hard to find. I had this one bottle. The only reason we got it was because we ordered some stuff from Batter and they threw it in there. It's tough to find. But what do we got there? We got Optical Wonder. Yeah, there you go. But again, that's in the euros. It's tough to get them to ship it to the US. It's really tough because it's flammable. But it works awesome. All right. 11:08. All right, fellas. Dan, can Camera Concepts get some Optical Wonder? No, I can't. It's impossible. If I could get some, I would keep it in the store to do my optical cleaning like I need to. But I do optical cleaning with, just like we spoke about, alcohol, 97%, pec pads, and a very, very soft hand. So, and do not do this if you don't know what you're doing. Practice on your glasses. Practice on a cup. Practice on something.
Maybe even consider getting some nice gloves.
Yeah, white.
Nice
I have white gloves. Yeah, I'll show you. I got my white gloves.
Yeah, consider that too.
Every once in a while, I'll take a nice soft. These are the pec pads, very similar to what Eric put out, the Kimmy wipes, a little different, but it's the same. I find that these are a little bit softer. I just don't, it's just a personal preference. They both are awesome. They both work. They both will do the job. And then just get yourself some solution. If you have some rough stuff like we spoke about, you get this, but it does leave a film. You'll have to close, you'll have to do it again. And if you have like some just crappy, like what you call it, like some lenses or something you just want to clean real quick, try these out. These are not bad. These are Zeiss wipes. for lenses. This I do not use on telescopes. This is like you got to get some stuff out of a crappy eyepiece or something like that. This is not what I use. If it's something on the sides, maybe I use it for the sides of a SCT that's going to be covered by the ring, you know, but something like that. But you could use that. But who's the manufacturer? M54 spacers is a Gina Astro, Blue Fireball, or QHY if you're getting it for a QHY camera. They have them. Anyone ever gotten a puzzle print of the images? No, I have not. All right, everybody.
Would be
We're
fun.
done.
That would be a nice gift. Yeah.
What's that?
But that would be a nice gift. Maybe kind of fun.
What's
A
that?
puzzle print.
Yep.
Of their image. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice thought for a gift. But anyway, yeah. Thank you everybody for joining us. Really, really appreciate it. And thank you for all the love and support you guys have been showing us over the years. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome ride, man. Let me tell you, it's crazy. We got 1,520 subscribers and growing. So awesome. All right, everybody. See everybody on Friday. Eric will be doing his catalog talk again about all the catalogs. Maybe he'll add a slide of fresh stuff in there if he's so inclined. And Pete's going to be doing the talk that he made that I ended up doing, but he'll do it himself, and I'm sure he'll do it a lot better than I did. You know, he knows his stuff, and then me and Scott will be there for comic relief. So yeah, there you go. So everybody, listen again. Like Eric said, thank you for all the support. Thank you for hanging out. Buy a calendar, hang out with us. It's a lot of fun doing this show. Thank you for we had 35 people watching tonight. So thank you so much for the support. Yeah, bring it on. I'm gonna send it out to the clubs that I have on email too. So everybody, have a good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. And remember, as always, to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Friday night. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Clear skies, everybody. See ya.